Have you ever been working on an offer and you get stuck on coming up with a name that makes sense? Or maybe you have an existing offer and you want to add something else, could be a new lead magnet, and you're not quite sure where to start. Well, good news. In this video, we're going to talk about how to convert like a pro so you can nail down the perfect names for your coaching offers. Now, if you're thinking, I'm not that creative, good news. You don't have to be a social whiz to do that or a copywriter extraordinaire when you use the 5-part naming formula that I'm going to share with you. Now, in case the word naming convention doesn't make sense, it's actually pretty simple. Think about the names of your free offer. Maybe you've got a low ticket offer and then you have a premium offer. Your naming conventions are connecting the dots. They're the line that connect the dots between the offers. So they attract your target audience and they make sense as they move from one to the next. In case we haven't met, my name is Joyce Lehman, and I show coaches how to attract and connect with their ideal clients online using simple social systems so they can generate more leads and make a bigger impact without getting overwhelmed in the process. And yes, your offers are so significant because that's how you generate revenue. So if you want to stand out in a sea of sameness and pack that punch, you're going to love this. So as you're thinking about your offers, and I talk about the Power of 3 offer formula in my incubator paid program. Why do I say Power of 3? I learned this lesson back in 2009 when I was doing keynotes and trainings for large corporate audiences. If you only send one offer and a proposal, you're going to get a yes or you're going to get a no. What I did is I took my proposal and I took my main keynote or my main training and I turned it into 3 different offers. So think low. In your case, there may be like a free offer that you have, your lead magnet. So you've got a low, you've got a mid, and then you've got your premium offer that you have. I did the same thing. And the good thing about this is you already have what you need to come up with 3 offers in case you're thinking, Joyce, I've never done that. I promise you, you do. And you're going to look at it differently today. So when you have your power of 3, then the first thing you want to think of is what's the quick win that they get with your free offer? Or maybe you've got a low ticket offer and you haven't created your lead magnet yet. Guess what? Here's your nudge to do that. So you think about what's that quick win? What is that thing that your ideal client's looking for? And then what's that natural problem that results? So you can't give everything to everybody all at once in your low ticket offer, but you can give them enough that then create something else that they say, oh my gosh, I need to figure out how to do this. So as an example, my ultimate lead magnet formula, I give you 30 different names. I take you through the process of how to determine who you're creating this for, what you're going to be creating, along with the Canva templates. But if you don't know how to reach your target audience, well, you're going to get a really juicy lead magnet, but you still need those next steps. So it doesn't matter if you've already got your lead magnet and now you're creating your low ticket offer, or maybe you've got that low ticket and you want to go into a premium. Or if you're brand new and somebody said, just do one-on-one coaching, you're going to be great with that. And you have to back up and create the other things. This is going to help you do that. But always think about how you can connect with your perfect fit clients where they're at in their journey right now. And it also comes down to their budget. Not everybody is ready, willing, and able to invest in your premium offer at this point. So that's why having a couple of different options is an easier way to get a yes. And even if somebody downloads your lead magnet, they're still coming into your ecosystem. And it's easier for them to say yes if you've provided a ton of value and they see that they've gotten results with this. They're more inclined to stick with you on social, stay on your email list, and say yes when you actually present an offer. All right, so here is your 5-part naming formula. 5-part, to be clear. So first one is you're going to define your secret sauce. So what is the best thing about your first offer that you're creating? And think about how your first offer, this should be your lead magnet, a freebie, or extremely low ticket offer. So how does that secret sauce lead into your next offer? So it should be a win. And then what's the next step? What's the win they get with the second offer, the next step, and then what leads into your premium offer. So that is defining your secret sauce. Number two, you got to know your crowd. Who is your perfect fit client? Who are the people that you're marketing to online? If you're not super specific with this, then it's hard to create the titles. It's hard to create the content. It's hard to give them what they need when you're creating your offers. And the worst thing you can do is spend a ton of time, which equals a ton of money, creating an offer without having tested the idea first. So this is why you've got to figure out, is your audience a professional? Is it a busy mom? Who are your perfect fit clients? And then do your research to support that. All right, step three, when it comes to naming your offers, think alliteration. An easier way to put it is alliteration or rhyming. And somehow there has to be a word that's tying your naming convention together when you're thinking about your power of three offer formula. Because otherwise it's going to seem disjointed and it doesn't make sense if they get this one thing and then you start marketing to them about something else. As I mentioned before, step four, this is all about how do you solve a problem? You get them a quick win. Like your lead magnet should be a super quick win, which leads them into a lower ticket offer. Could be a one-off strategy session with you. Maybe it's a 60-day program that they get into, but it gives them a way that they can get some other great results without having to invest a ton of time or money. And then, as I said, that leads them into the other. But there's always a problem that you are focusing that offer on, which that also helps to write what's the copy, what goes on the landing page, what goes in the email series, and then it helps to craft the content within that so you stay very focused and intentional about what you're creating. And then step number five, even if you haven't created the offers yet, you can still take the titles with that step four, right? How is this solving the problem and what is this? And then you ask for feedback. So you want to get input from your trusted advisors to say, first off, do you like the sound of what I came up with? Do the names of these offers sound appealing to you? And then get feedback on, does it make sense as far as taking somebody through the process, right? Your naming convention goes back to all you're doing is you're connecting the dots between your offers with a line. So you take your client down that client journey and help them where you're at. All right, so I want to give you two examples in case you're saying, what on earth is a naming convention? So the first one, say for example, you help your clients with social media. Specifically, we're going to talk about Instagram growth. You're really targeting on helping clients grow on social. So this would be an Instagram growth guide. That would be a great lead magnet name to start off with. The second one is maybe your Instagram growth accelerator, which could be a private day. It could be a private half day. Maybe it's a 2-hour one-on-one session. It could be a shorter form training that they do. Could be 30 days, could be 60 days. But that becomes and actually it's Instagrow, could be Instagrowth. There's lots of different names to come up with just to give you some ideas. But this guide is kind of like, here's the stuff. It gives them a map or a plan or a formula or the strategy. But the thing that you have to keep in mind whenever you're creating a freebie, and if you just thought, I don't want to give away stuff for free, implementation is the number one thing that people need help with. People can download lead magnets all day long. You can put all your expertise. You're going to have a very small portion of your audience that's going to take and implement it right away. So if they love what they got and they need help implementing it, then this Instagrowth or Instagrow accelerator is where you can say, hey, let's spend a little bit more time together doing this. Then if you think about that full on They want to grow on Instagram, but they know they need to expand on social media. Well, then maybe that becomes a social media mastermind. So now you've expanded at the beginning, but first off, you know that you are targeting people who truly want to grow on Instagram. That's the place to start, because if you try to market the social media mastermind, it may be overwhelming. They may not have a social media presence. So always think, as I said, you've got your Insta Grow or Insta Growth Guide. You've got an Insta Growth Accelerator, and then you have a social media mastermind. So if you think about how the names flow into each other and then they build, so just the term mastermind is so much more than a guide. People can really see what they're getting just from the name. But of course, you're going to have to spend time crafting killer landing page or sales page copy to go with it. Okay. So example number 2, you're a health coach, wellness coach. So maybe you've got a fitness planner, some sort of planner for people who are wanting to get healthy. So a naming convention could be your Fit Track Planner. So think about all the words that go with fitness. There's lots of different ways that you can go out and search. AI can help you come up with names as well. If you're using ChatGPT, it's one of my easiest ways to come up with names. So maybe think a Fit Track Planner. You could say Fit Track Accelerator, Fit Track Starter Kit, Fit Track. So many things that you can do for that second word, but your Fit Track is the word that ties your freebie, your first one, and your second one together. And maybe a total body boot camp becomes that third, that premium coaching offer. So now you've got your power of 3 with your names that tie together that make sense in a natural progression. So as an example, just if you're thinking, well, and you're just starting, you need a place to start. You've got, it could be a starter kit is your beginning. It could be a guide, could be any number of things. And if you're even stuck on lead magnets, I'm dropping the link so you can access my ultimate lead magnet formula with that. And it gives you 30 different naming examples that you can use for your lead magnet, which will help spark you with what you do for your naming convention for your other offers. Now, this always comes back of, what if I've already created an offer? What if it's already out there? Guess what? You have the opportunity to go back and change it if this is a newer offer and you don't have a ton of clients. I actually made the shift from my premium coaching program, completely shifted the name because I realized after a year and clients in it, it made more sense to back up and call it the incubator, because that was meeting my clients where they were at. Yes, I had to update landing pages, sales pages, email series, but it truly made sense for the business. And this is something that when I had started, I wish somebody would have said, let's think through your naming conventions. Even if you don't have the offers created yet, you can still think through of, this is where I'm at. These are the offers that I already have. And then these are the offers that I'm going to be creating in the future. I promise you, when you start with the names and really thinking through and getting intentional with this, it helps to guide the creation process. Okay, so now that you know your formula, your 5-part naming formula, then you can tie that into some of the examples that I've given you to help create your own naming conventions for your offers. And if you're already working on something, drop a comment, because I would love to hear what nugget that you got out of this when it comes to naming conventions. And I always move through videos quickly. So if you want the show notes, then simply drop the notes to get the show notes. And as always, I am going to drop my favorite freebies in the comments, so that way they can get you started down your path so you can save time, save money, and take the overwhelm out of growing your business online. So stay tuned for the next